With blockchain and cryptocurrencies gaining territory worldwide, and more being in the spotlight among the media, governments and companies, it is natural that something so valuable draws the attention of badly intended people, as for example, the hackers. Blockchain works like a big database, composed by interconnected, decentralized blocks, and without any central entity to validate the information. The called network nodes, which are spreaded computers on the web in various places of the world, are the one that do this work. In this way, it would be necessary to have at least 51% of these nodes to attack the system and validate an information. Therefore, decentralization can stop invaders that cannot control and manipulate the data, because they would have to enter several machines at the same time, and in practice it is something very difficult to happen. In addition, the aggressor runs the serious risk of a huge waste of resources without any return. In other words, blockchain is a disruptive technology related to security and trust. How attacking the net is practically an impossible task, the hackers then turn to attacking common people holding cryptocurrency, performing phishing attacks, sending emails or chats to thousands of users in waiting that some fall into the trap, as for example, fake pages of wallets or exchanges, or still malware attacks that are malicious applications endowed with virus. For this reason it is very important never click on anything suspect or download files of doubtful origin. Always save your assets in official and certified wallets, and also keep your private key in a safe place that acts more or less like a kind of password for your bank. Without it, the hacker will be able to do nothing with its coins and assets. However, thinking about building an even more secure and reliable system for users who are exposed to this risk, the Nuls built a very important safety product for its ecosystem, named Multi-Signature Nuls. That works as a second additional layer of security, preventing that hackers from getting access to your assets, even if they capture your private key. This happens because this system allows the user to connect several private keys to a single public address, and each transaction that occurs on the net will require the endorsement of a certain number of accounts that the user choose. That is, it's as if it were a safe, where just one key is not enough to open it, because other keys are needed to make this possible. You know that phrase that says, "It's locked with 7 keys"? Now it seems to make a lot more sense with Nuls, multi-signature. This feature has a lot of advantages and can apply in many use cases, as asset management, by allowing several people or departments of a company to manage the same account using several different private keys, redundancy issues, when for example a user loses his private key, but the others can still access it, and mainly transparency issues, where each signature can be tracked and know the participants who signed the document. For you to use this resource and enjoy all its benefits is very simple. Just visit the site sign.nuls.io and connect your MetaMask or Naybox wallet. In this case, how am I using the Naybox wallet here in my browser plugin? I will click to connect via Naybox. A message will appear here in the right field asking me if I want to connect my account with that address in the system. Now just click on Confirm Authorization, and then on the button, Generate Multi-Signature. Ready, you just created a Nuls and NERV address with support to multi-signature technology. Here inside the dApp has 3 functions: create address, create transaction, and sign transaction. Now we need to create a multi-signature address where all other accounts will be attached to this address. For that we will select create address. Here in this space, this is where we will put all public addresses generated in the dApp from another external Nuls account, as we did with this address here on the beginning. So here in this field you will put exactly as many addresses you want so you can manage this account. In this example here I will be using 3 different accounts to be administering the same. So as the first account I will use this one that I just created, and to put it in this field separated by comma. Now I'm going to get another account that I had previously created and to put it again here separated by comma. And finally, a last account without the use of the comma. Automatically all our added accounts have been separated and organized here in this field. If you want to eliminate some, just click on this red button and eliminate the one you don't want anymore. Done that, below, let's define the minimum necessary signatures. That is, of these 3 accounts that I placed, how many will be needed to sign and effect a transaction. For example, if I put here 3, means that in order for this transaction to be successfully finished you will need the signature of these 3 accounts here. If I put 2, it will be 2 signatures, and there is no possibility to put only 1 signature because that way this system wouldn't make any sense. In that case it would be better for you to use your conventional address yourself. Well, I will put it here then 2 and click now on create address. After that, our multi-signature address will finally be generated. We can now transfer our coins and to do out our transactions in a safer way. Having said that, let's do it in practice now, a multi-signature transaction within dApp. For For that we need to access the menu, Create Transaction, where we will create the transaction, and in this field choose our multi-signature address that we just created. Remembering that you can create more than one address if you want, inserting LA in the Creation tab, different public keys. Here below we select the active type. In this case nuls. Here we put the quantity of coins that we will send. In this example I will use a fraction 0.14 nuls. Then we put the destination address here below. And finally we click on the Create Transaction button so our hex number will be generated, now allowing all addresses attached to this account can sign the transaction. Creating a transaction is not restricted to the account owner only, any other address linked to this account equally can do that too. In addition, nothing prevents the transaction initiator himself sign the document or transfer the number generated below to another account enabled to sign the same. For this example I will sign for the first time. Now just copy this hex number, and go to Sign, where we verify and sign transactions. Here in this place we are going to paste the hex that we copied previously, where all the details of this transaction will appear, as the quantity, sender and recipient address, how many signatures have already been made and how many will be needed to approve the withdrawal. That in our case is 2. So let's approve the first by clicking on the Sign button to sign. So, we'll be requested for a confirmation in your Naybox wallet that we should also click on Sign. Done that, IT has perceived that here below has generated another hex number, that is, the receipt of the signature we just made. But I'll give another warning here, each transaction hex that was generated can be signed for one time only, that is, I cannot pass along a hex that has been previously signed for another account to sign, because IT won't work. For example, I can't pass this hex number from up here, but I just finished signing and send for a new signature. Therefore, we must always get the proof of the signature that was generated and send so that another account can sign. Knowing that, let's copy then this hex number that is our receipt and transfer to another account to sign. In this case, how I am managing the 3 accounts myself, I can choose any of them except what I sign now to make all of this possible. So, let's open here my other account that is already connected to the DApp and to paste the receipt into the Sign tab. We can see that now has one signature, but one is still left that is exactly the subscription we're going to make right now. Now we click on Sign, we confirm on Naybox, and done, the transaction was successful and sent to Nuls blockchain. Copying the receipt and putting here on top, you can verify that all signatures have been collected, and by clicking on the addresses we can also consult the transactions. Well guys, of all technologies that have already been developed by the Nuls protocol, no shadow of doubts this is one of the most incredible that Nuls put on the market, guaranteeing maximum safety for people who need it. Because as said at the beginning, even if for some reason you have your account hacked, the hacker would need all of his other private keys to be able to make a transaction that in practice ends up to be an almost impossible task. All this taking into account that you can add as many keys as you want to protect a single account, raising the security level even more. This technology is available both by accessing the site through the browser or through the app Naybox in the apps part, so there's no reason not to use this technology and ensure a touch of extra security for your assets. Well guys, I'll stay here, thank you so much for watching, don't forget to leave a like because it helps a lot in the channel development, share this video with friends, and if you're new here and like this type of content, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be notified in upcoming videos. Thank you, bye bye.